this is Heidi and Dave and Alice and Zoe, who's Alice, Van Manenberg. And they are Bee Yoga, and they travel to Cambodia many times a year to help install toilets and water wells and bores. And they come back to Australia and raise money. And I have done my FLS, my Future Learning Space, in their little village of, can you please say it for me, Heidi?
Cotton. We went over there on a holiday and saw that there was a need for it and met Daryl at the place where we were staying and ended up chatting and coming home, and then through my yoga company business we started doing retreats and spiritual adventures over there, and that's how we ended up getting so involved with it. And since then we've done over 35 toilets, participated in 2 house builds and a irrigation system. That's right, yeah.
And your focus, Dave, you like to teach them how to build rather than build for them because they need to learn to do it. Why is that?
Well, we've taught them some of the Western practices of building, which helps to reduce the amount of timber they use in their house, but still making it strong enough to live in. So we've been teaching them some new skills. They're already very skillful with their carpentry, but it's about being able to reduce the amount of timber that they use.
And why is the need for fresh water so important? I mean, it's pretty obvious, but why this village?
Well, this is a village that Daryl is quite close to, and we've decided to work with him. Some of the people that we know from the village have become close family friends, and our kids are friends with their kids, and we have a lot to do with them when we go over and even when we come back. So we've decided that we have to start somewhere. We may as well start in this village, and once this village is finished, then we'll continue on further out to the next one. Well, the poverty's come about because in 1970s they had a war, and from there they haven't really recovered completely. So a lot of the older generation were wiped out and killed unnecessarily. Anyone with an education, wearing glasses, had a job pretty much, was killed. And from then, the country's just been getting itself back up and on its feet again.
And the need for hygiene.
Well, in order to go to school, you need to have a clean working toilet at home. So if kids don't have a toilet, then they're unable to go to school and not become educated. So by the installation of the toilets, it gives the children an opportunity to be able to have a healthy life and be able to get to school, which will help with their education and learn and get a job down the track.
So do these children suffer from a lot of illnesses because of lack of hygiene?
Well, it's kind of a domino effect, because if you're all living in close quarters and their houses are very different to ours, they're only one room, and then you've got to go to the toilet pretty much in your backyard, and you've got 7 people living in a house and you're all going to the toilet in the backyard, there's a very high risk of disease and sickness spreading quite quickly. And once this happens, it sort of goes through the whole family, and they're unable to go to work or to school or to be educated because they're flat out just getting themselves over illness and hygiene issues all the time.
And so how are these cards going to help?
Well, these cards will help educate the kids, because it's hard for us to understand that these kids don't have a working toilet, and some of them have never even seen a toilet. They don't know what to do with them or how to wash their hands. They've never been taught. So these things like this, these educational tools that we can use to give to the kids to play with, helps them be able to learn what they can do to not get so sick and to be able to go to school and then get an education and further the country and their family.
Now, you've just received a substantial donation, Dave, you did. And what is going to happen with that money?
Yeah, well, we've had a very generous donation of $20,000 to go to the Cambodian Clean Water and Toilet Project, which basically was enough money to build 40 toilets.
Oh my goodness.
So that's a number of clusters of toilets working in areas. It's going to remarkably change the village.
And
And
just
schools as well, because that's what we're going to do, toilets in schools.
that's perfect. Okay, so all funds go to the actual project.
100%. 100% of funds. So it's not an organisation where there's no admin fees, marketing fees, anything like that. We do everything that we raise from our house and from ourselves and the family, and then 100% goes to Daryl, and then Daryl follows the project through for us, and we go over and help him out and dig the toilets with him and spend some time over there. The great thing about it is we employ locals, so village locals. So Daryl has all these connections, and he employs the locals to dig the toilets, teaching them new skills, and then now they're getting, well, with the 20 grand, they've got work for another year. So those families will have work.
So it's a positive domino effect, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Okay then.